the news breaks out about Deontay, the Bronze Bomber Wilder, taking on Andy Ruiz, my friends, I see a bunch of people having a bunch of mixed emotions on this. I see people saying that this is well overdue, that this is a fight that was exciting and would have been more exciting if this took place, let's say 6-7 years ago, when Deontay Wilder was your WBC reigning champion, reigning from 2015 to 2020, having defended the bout 10 different times before losing it to Tyson Fury in 2020 in the second fight, my friends, where they threw in the towel in round 7. Deontay Wilder was getting absolutely bombed on. Then he comes back in 2021 and takes on Tyson Fury again for the rematch. Right? And since then, he's had a couple losses, couple knockout losses. And a lot of people say, you know, this isn't the same Deontay Wilder no more. Almost going to be 40, my friends. You got Andy Ruiz, who was a one-hit wonder. I'm talking about one of the greatest. He pulled off one of the greatest upsets in boxing history, fighting Anthony Joshua in 2019, my friends, as a replacement. Knocking Anthony Joshua out and becoming the first Mexican heavyweight champion to ever live, my friends. Just think about that. You know how Mexicans love their Mexican boxers in the sport of boxing and what they do to them, especially if they represent all the time. Andy Ruiz had the potential to become one of the greatest Mexican boxers of all time. But in that rematch, fighting Anthony Joshua, he came back 20 pounds heavier. Videos of him doing cocaine. Videos of him spending all his money and just grubbing. There's no better way to put it than a one-hit wonder, my friends. Right? That was in 2019. And since then, he's been able to get a couple wins. But they haven't looked the best. He fought Chris Arreola, who was well over his time, and got dropped in that fight. Of course, he still won the fight, came back, fought Luis Ortiz, who at the time was, 42, 43 years old? We don't even know exactly how old he is. He could be 50 for all I know. You know, reports of him lying about his age. And in his last fight, a draw with Jarrell Miller after taking 2 years off. A fight that he was winning the first couple rounds, looking fast, looking agile. But it doesn't look like the same power is behind him no more. Jarrell Big Baby Miller, I mean, come on, dude. He's big as hell. He went in there and started putting the pressure and just was beating Andy Ruiz up, my friends. And let me tell you something. Everybody wants to say that this isn't the same fight, that we wanted this fight years ago. I'm at where I was at with Colin Walsh and Fernando Vargas. Even though Fernando Vargas did not fight like he should have fought, like everything was on the line. This is another one of those fights where two of my most favorite boxers in the heavyweight division, while being alive of my life, are gonna finally fight against each other. Deontay, the Bronze Bomber, to this day, versus Andy Ruiz. I'm excited as hell about this. I don't care if this should have been 7 years ago when both guys were champions. Andy Ruiz being a unified world champion, WBA, WBO, IBF, when it beat Anthony Joshua. I don't care about none of that, because what I do know is that both of these guys put it on the line every single time they step in the ring. You know that Deontay Wilder versus Andy Ruiz is gonna be an absolute war. Somebody's getting knocked out. And I'm torn because I don't know who to root for. To me, while being alive, the greatest American boxer of my era, Deontay Wilder at the heavyweight division? Or do I go for Andy Ruiz? You guys, all I know is that if this fight really happens, boxing won, dude. This is gonna be an absolute fantastic battle between two guys who are, you could say, over the hill or where they're at in their careers, but still are fighting to stay in the game and prove to the world that they still belong in the contention talks for titles. You guys, it's been a long road for Deontay Wilder. I love him, man. And it's been a tough road for Andy Ruiz. This is going to be an absolute fantastic fight. If you agree with me, subscribe to the channel, my friends. This is the MMA Boxing Addict channel, and I can't wait, baby. I can't wait.